The other interesting part is when you get out of station, you are entering into development. It's just not simply mobility. You're looking at what Mano has said about livable area. It's not simply public transport, but areas of interest. So in that way, we are not working in silos, and Atkins have done quite a lot of work from that angle. Yes?
Well, possibly looking at an example. And I come back to a Hong Kong example. I've been in Hong Kong for 20 years. The first job I worked on when I went there was actually a station pretty much in a very new reclamation area that was quite far removed from the city. It's called Kowloon Station, and that was 19 years ago. And Kowloon Station is surrounded by 7 development plots. And we master planned that 19 years ago. And it was a very, very complicated, dense master plan, also a plot ratio of around about 1 in 10. And it took 19 years to build, and I'm pleased to say that probably the most prestigious component of the entire development, which is the 450-meter tall ICC tower, which was completed last year, was obviously the jewels in the crown of that project. But the point is that we master planned that to a fairly high level of detail 19 years ago. And that was the enabler under which that entire development then proceeded. And it went through various different developers were involved. The operator was involved obviously throughout the whole thing, because they were very integrated with the station and the retail components around it. But then the operators, the joint ventures with different developers for the different parcels, and now it's a very, very successful component of Hong Kong. And in actual fact, it's become, because it was on the fringes of the Kowloon city, it has now become a catalyst for further development towards it, and it's pulling. Over time, it's pulling the CBD part of Kowloon City towards it. So it's the detail of the early stage planning that allows you further down the line to have a successful result. And you've got to get into detail early on, high enough detail so that you know what it's going to look like and how it's actually going to fit together. And it's a lot more than words. It's pictures, it's diagrams, it's physical planning.